Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jaya Kodanita Jaya Mayapur Shasi Jaya Kodanita Jaya Mayapur Shasi Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Srila Prabhupada. Shishira Madhava Ki Jai, Shishira Kodindaya Ki Hashtavan Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Sita Bhavan Ki Jai, Jai Bodha Premanande. This usually happened, or usually happened in temples, when somebody gave class, he's sitting like here, and all the devotees are so humble. They prefer to stay as far as possible, just follow. Like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was standing not in front of the Jagannath deities, but usually he stands behind this Garuda Sthana. Do you know Garuda Sthana? Yeah, so there's, and we also have Garuda here. Yes. So I believe time will come, devotees will become so humble. And they will be sitting behind Garuda. Thank you so much, Bishop. You're so kind to me. the most humble person here. You realize, this the essence of devotional service, to be the servant of the servant of the servant. You're serving devotees who are serving deities by feeding them, by cooking for them. So yeah, you're serving even sweet potato, engaging it in service to the Lord. Yeah. So, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada still had no appetite and had scarcely eaten during the past 6 weeks. He was no longer regular in his times for sleeping, taking massage, or sitting up and translating. Feeling himself to be at a critical period, he had given permission for the devotees all over ISKCON to recite a simple prayer. My dear Lord Krishna, if you desire, please cure Srila Prabhupada. He would regularly go before the deities each morning, wearing his dark sunglasses and sitting erect in the rocking chair. He would hold his palms together in a gesture of prayer, while 2 men, one in front and one behind, carefully carried the rocket from Prabhupada's room into the temple room. They would set the chair down first before the deities of Gauranitai, then before Krishna Balaram, and then before Radha-Shyama Sundara. Then they would carry him to a central spot in the courtyard under the tamala tree and set his chair down on the black and white checkered marble floor. Srila Prabhupada would sit facing Krishna and Balaram, and the devotees would sit down around him and begin kirtana. As the kirtana began, 2 Gurukula boys would rise and come in front of him, where they would begin dancing with arms upraised. Their cotton chadars swinging back and forth. Prabhupada would usually not speak or even smile, but after a few minutes he would give his garlands to a devotee who would place them around the necks of the dancers. Soon 2 other young boys would come for a walk, and the first boys would garland them with the garlands they had received from Srila Prabhupada and sit down. For half an hour, the dancing and singing continued. Guests to the temple would gather, many of them offering money at Prabhupada's feet, which rested on an embroidered silk cushion. Srila Prabhupada ki. Have you been in Vrindavan? You have to go there. Krishna Balaram Mandir, this marble floor, like plain cheese. Yeah. You can imagine this picture. And there's still this tamal tree. It's still there, just not in the middle. It's a little right. It's a little closer to Radha-Shyama Sundara altar. If I remember it's correct, yes. Devotees, when they got this land on Ramanareti, they were thinking to cut this tree because just in the middle of like temple room, tree. But Prabhupada saying, no, 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 this is Tamal tree. This is Krishna himself. You shouldn't cut it off. So it's a very special tree, very sacred. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadrashu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 1, verse, I believe, 24. Because I've been asking to to read few different verses. So the last version was 24 verses. Yeah, so just yesterday. Hinsatadabhimanena Danda Parushya Yoryatha Vaishamyamiha Bhutanam Mamaham iti parthiva Himsatataphimanena Danda Parushya Yoryatha Vaishamyamiha Bhutanam Mamaham iti parthiva Himsatataphimanena Danda Parushya Yoryatha Vaishamyamiha Bhutanam Mamahamiti Parthiva. Sadadabhimanena Danda Parushya Yoryatha Vaishamyamiha Bhutanam Mamahamiti Parthiva. Himsatataphimanena Danda Parusha Yoryatha Vaishamyamiha Bhutanam Mamahamiti Parthiva. Himsatataphimanena Danda Parusha Yoryatha Vaishamyamiha Bhutanam Mamahamiti Parthiva. Hamsatataphimanena Danda Parusha Yoryatha Vaishamyamiha Bhutanam Mamahamiti Parthiva. Himsa, suffering, that of this Abhimanena, by the false conception. Danda Parushyayor, when there is punishment and chastisement. Yatha, just as Vaishamyam, misconception. Iha, here in the body. Bhutanam, of the living entities. Mama aham, mine and I. Iti, thus, Parthiva, O Lord of the earth. Translation. My dear king, the conditioned soul, being in the bodily conception of life, considers his body to be his self and considers everything in relationship with the body to be his. Because he has this wrong conception of life, he is subjected to dualities like praise and chastisement. Purport by His Divine Grace, Abhachananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Shurpada Ki. Only when a conditioned soul accepts the body as himself, does he feel the effects of chastisement or praise. Then he determines one person to be his enemy and another his friend, and wants to chastise the enemy and welcome the friend. This creation of friends and enemies is a result of one's bodily conception of life. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Sindhu Bhyayevacha Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Just very simple words. Just this conception, mine, I and mine. Aham mameti. Ishvaraham aham mameti. The conditioned soul thinks that I am Ishvara, I am like supreme, I am enjoyer, and everything is mine. We found this story in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when it is described how we take in birth in this material world, how the living being came to the womb of mother, how it's suffering there, and finally pray to the Lord. When the living being is in the womb of mother, if it's lucky living being, if it was where it performed some austerities in previous life, performed some devotional service, and that way it can remember last 100 lives, and by remembering this, this living entity started to pray to the Lord, and it's very wonderful prayers, because even though this living being is suffering so much in the womb of mother, it's still grateful to the Lord and glorified Him. But after it taken birth, because of the this pain, it forget about everything, and it takes actually some time before living entity started to realize that, okay, this is my body. Have you seen like little children? They what this? They're watching upon their hands and don't realize what's going on. They don't understand that this is their hands, and sometimes even you should like keep this little child hands just with some cloth, just otherwise it can damage itself. Just a little child, it can, I don't know, with his own hands, he can just make some scraping skin, and but little child don't even understand that this is his own body. So this conception, I and mine, it just grown up. Because first, when the living jiva, atma, it had received this material body, it's very difficult even to realize it. Okay, this is my body. How to use it? And after years, finally we can, walk, we can run, we can jump, and then yes, this is my body. This is me. I'm this body, and I'm the center. I'm the center. Yes, everybody's serving me. My parents is serving me, so I'm the enjoyer, and everyone else is like supposed to serve me. We get this conception, misconception from our childhood, and after some time, we get this conception that, oh, I'm Scottish. I'm really, maybe maybe I'm English. Maybe I'm Scottish. I don't know. And I don't know who is the enemy of usual Scottish people. English. So this English, they our enemies. Uh, um, they using us. They send us to the war, and they enjoying life just because we are serving them. We have to get independence. We get this conception that, my body, my family, after maybe my city or my village, and after that is my country. That is my country, and I am Scottish. This is such a strange thing, this nationalism. People really kill each other. You can't even imagine, that in 21st century it's going to be war in Europe, just because of what? No reason at all. There was no reason, just ignorance. The only reason is ignorance. I mean, obviously, the Kali Yuga wars usually about how to get more money, how to become more fluent, take better position in this material world. But at the same time, people, this is like politics. They use common people, but common people at the war, they're usually in ignorance. They really believe they're doing something good, even if they do something wrong. Like I had this experience, when when I try to skip my country, when I try to just run away from there because of the war, some people Russian military soldiers, they just stop me, and they checking my documents, checking my smartphone, my laptop. They're checking all the history, what you're watching on YouTube, what you're searching on Google, what with whom you communicate. They're checking all your communication with other people. They're trying to catch you if maybe you're a spy, maybe you're like Ukraine spy, and actually every like few kilometers they're checking you, all this way out from the city. But one interesting story happened, on one of such blog posts, they checking everything again. They're checking your body. Do you have any tattoos? If you have, especially if you have some swastika on your hand, I don't know. They're gonna kill you immediately. Shishi Kodinta Imai Purushashi Bhagavan ki jai. Srimad Krishna Prabhu ki jai. And yes, so they're checking everything, they're checking your body. It's quite cold actually. There was in winter time, maybe springtime, but it's quite cold, and you have to take all your clothes out and clothes off, and they're checking. Do you have some special signs on your body? And yes, but at the same time, this person, he was just putting gun upon me. You just stand, you pray, you try not to hate him. Because you understand that all this about this misconception. And this soldier, he told me, just don't be afraid. Now we go and kill all this, Ukraine Nazis, and you will be able to come back. He's believing he's doing something good. Actually, he came to my country. He killing people. They killing people. Yes, but he in this conception that they have very strict conception that they're doing something good. In such an ignorance, and in one way they're really innocent because they have only one media. They have no other way to thinking. just wash their brains, completely wash their brains. So people use this nationalism just to rule. I mean, like to rule common people. You know that all this nationalism usually is about this. People has no problem at all, you know, just to have no problem at all, just to live peacefully in this world. But some people, they would like to rule other people, they would like to control, and there's a way. Like it started, we know from modern history, from Roman Empire. I don't know how to translate in English, but like separate, and then you can rule. You know, divide and conquer. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So yes, this conception, and this is the way how people start to think. Okay, this is my friend, and this is my enemy. Friend and enemy, you know, me and mine. So whoever is not agree with this conception that I am the center of this universe, that I am supreme enjoyer, that I am, you know, that everyone's supposed to serve me, everything's supposed to happen in this world as I wish, they are my enemies. And this is conception, you know, for Prahlad Maharaj, he had completely different conception. When his teachers tried to teach him, you know, all this. One more time, how you told this? Divide and conquer, yeah. Divide and conquer, yeah. When his teachers started to, you know, to teach him all these rules of how to rule people, he was thinking, what? How is it possible? How is one supposed to be your friend and another enemy? Because Prahlada Maharaj, he never saw any enemy, you know. Even Hiranyakashipu, who was his father, he was tried to kill him in such many ways, you know. But Prahlada Maharaj, no problem at all. No, he's my friend, he's my father, he's my well-wisher. This is one of the ways to, you know, we have this philosophy, Achintya Beda Beda Tattva. It's about, at the same time, we can see this unity of every living being and living being in God. Like we have the same nature. And if you really understand, you know, this silence of this Atma Tattva, this silence of soul, you know, who am I? This is actually where Bhagavad Gita started from there. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, yes, there's a lot of verses Krishna explains to Arjuna. He's starting his instruction from this point. Like, Dehinosminat hadahe kaumaram yavanam jarat hadhantara pratidhira statra namohiti. So this, I think that was the very first instruction, Krishna's instruction in Bhagavad Gita. Dehinosminat hadahe. You're changing your body, but you're not this body. Your spirit, soul, and a lot of verses. Najayate emriyate vakadachi navam bhutva bhavita vana bhavih. Ajo nityach shashvato yam purano. Nahanyate hanyamane sharira. So the living being is ajo, it's never born. Nityach, it's eternal. Shashvato yam purana. Purana means like it's so ancient, you know. There is no, you cannot find time when it was, you know, actually was created. Nahanyate hanyamane sharira. When body is, you know, destroyed, soul is not. Soul still existing, yes. So this Atma Tattva, and this is the beginning of our spiritual education. We call this, sometimes we call this like Sambandha Gyana. Sambandha Gyana means like we should chant our Hare Krishna, Japa, you know, Kirtan with Sambandha. What does it mean? That means you have to realize, who am I? Who is God? What is our relationships? What is material nature? What is his relationship with material nature? And what is my relationship with material nature? You know this? Like, three corner of Sambandha again. Yes, it's very easy. But we can get this theoretical knowledge. But real knowledge means to realize this, to understand you are the soul. Because when you realize this, who am I? I'm immortal. I never die. This nature, Satchitananda. Sat means eternal, yes. Chit, knowledge, and Ananda, happiness, bliss, happiness, yes. Sometimes it's easier for me, just to use Sanskrit words, because I'm not sure about my English vocabulary, but we have International Society for Krishna Consciousness, yes, and Sanskrit is quite easy, sometimes quite easier to explain something, yes. So this Satchitananda, we have this nature, and so this is the silence of self-realization. First of all, we try to understand who we are, but the way to realize who we are is not about just. The path we're following. It's actually not about we just sitting in meditation, try to realize who am I. First of all, we're meditating upon Krishna. Why is it? Just because we try to reawake our nature, and it's impossible just to understand your real nature, that you are this spirit soul, just by knowledge, or just maybe by meditation. The only way, if your meditation is upon Krishna, if you're serving Krishna, because there is this very beautiful example when we live, we sit in completely darkness, and we cannot even see ourselves, as a spirit soul. But when the Son of Krishna is raised in our heart, we can see everything. We can see in Krishna and ourselves directly. This is the only way. So that is why we concentrate our consciousness. We try to focus on, try to understand Krishna, try to serve Krishna, and in this way we can understand ourselves. That is our process. And this process of devotional service is very powerful in this way. So, yes. And Prabhupada gave a lot of examples, like if you put iron to the fire, after some time, it has the same nature as a fire. So when we chant in our, Hare Krishna mantra, when we read in Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, because Bhagavatam, Krishna's holy name is Krishna himself. Bhinatvam nama namina. There is no difference between owner of the name and the name. Yes. You know this verse? Bhinatvam nama namina. It's very, very famous verse. Nama chintamani Krishna chaitanya rasa vigraha. Nitya mukta purna shudha bhinatvam nama namina. So this verse is glorifying holy. Nama chintamani Krishna chaitanya rasa vigraha. Nitya mukta purna shudha means shudha, pure. Purna shudha means completely pure. His holy name is completely pure, and Nitya mukta is mukti, liberated. So this Krishna's holy name is free from everything, and it's pure. Yes, and the last line of this verse, Bhina tvam nama namino. There is no difference between the name and the owner of this name. So in chanting, Hare Krishna mantra is about we have this direct association with Krishna, and this is the way of understanding ourselves, our nature. At the same time, this Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. It's not just a book, it's really Krishna. Krishna svadhama pagate dharma gyana dibisaha. Kalau nashta drishama shapur narkadhanojita. In Kali Yuga, when Krishna, like, he leaves this planet, he leaves, and he left this planet. But what happened at the same time? Like Krishna go, but Bhagavatam rise, like sunrise. So Bhagavatam is Krishna himself, who is present in Kali Yuga also. And by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we have direct association with Krishna. And reading Srimad Bhagavatam with Srila Prabhupada's purport, we have direct association with Srila Prabhupada. This is the most sacred relationship, you can find in this world, because Srila Prabhupada writes his purport not just, for everyone, but each of us, So just when you read Bhagavatam, you can have this idea, just simple idea. Srila Prabhupada now speaking directly to me. He wrote these purports in the night time or in the early morning time when no one disturbed him. And why? This is our, our greatest luck to have this Srila Prabhupada's purport. And yeah. So it's a very interesting chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. We can find a lot of lessons here. I was thinking, about this some verses before. Maharaja Parikshit and Shukadeva Goswami, they have this dialogue, and Maharaj Parikshit, he's asking Shukadeva Goswami, about maybe Lord is like he loved his devotees, but he hate these demons. How to understand this? Because he's the Lord of everyone. He's God. He has to be like equal for everyone. So Maharaja Parikshit has this question, and by answering this question, Shukadeva Goswami quoted this dialogue with Narad Muni and Maharaja Yudhishthira. And because Maharaja Yudhishthira is like grandfather of Maharaja Parikshit, so this story is quoted, and just one thought came to my mind. Can you imagine this picture when a lot of sages sitting on the bank of the river and listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, and Shukadeva Goswami, he's speaking directly to Maharaja Parikshit. It's like thousands of people were covering, a lot of people present, sages, great sages like Vyasadeva, Narad Muni also were there. But at the same time, Srila Shukadeva Goswami, he was speaking just for one person, directly for one person. He wasn't, care about, how he looks like in front of all this assembly of, this sages assembly. He doesn't really care, about how to, maybe what to say for everyone like me, what I'm saying, and it wasn't like a rock concert or some kind of stand-up. He has this compassion to Maharaja Parikshit. And why? Because Maharaja Parikshit has this eager to hear. So he was speaking directly to him. And sometimes, in just, it's more than enough if there are even one person who is eager to hear us. It's enough to preaching. Sometimes we, we can sit here thinking, okay, it's very few people, whereas crowds of people I would like to tell, and they will listen to me, or on Harinam, it's supposed to be crowds of people who are supposed to listen to our Harinam, no need. Even if there are just one person who is really sincere, who's really had this eager to hear, this is the best way to preach, You have all the opportunities. Yes. Okay, I would like to pause here. Is there any comments or maybe questions? What we just discussed? Yes, Pip, Prabhu. Can you use mic if it's close to you? Okay. Maybe come again, please, because I'm not completely understand your question. I mean, do you mean like what does it mean Sambandha Gyan, or how to take it deeply in your spiritual life, this understanding? What was the point? What exactly bring together? I mean, if you're speaking about Sambandha Gyan, how, just actually, this is a very important point. Maybe I'll tell a few more words about this. What I mean, we can do a lot of, just for example, we can do a lot of service. We can cut vegetables from the morning till the evening, day to day, week after week. And, you can cut vegetables for Krishna, to please Krishna. You can cut vegetables to serve devotees with this mood, just, oh Krishna, I would like to offer this vegetables to you. I would like to cook something to you, and just for you enjoy it. I would like to serve you because you're my Lord, and I'm such a small, maybe insignificant. I can't do maybe a great preaching, I can't open centers, but I can cut vegetables for you, and I want to please you with my service. Please accept this. Another way, we can cut vegetables, just cut vegetables, Okay, vegetables, again vegetables, carrot, hello carrot, So we can be not in Krishna consciousness, but in carrot consciousness, And without this Sambandha Gyan, you will be in carrot consciousness. Or you can, or even you can, just serve Lord in the altar, just perform arati. And if you're not very strict in following, like your sadhana by reading books, by chanting, by this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasam. So, I mean, if you're not very strict in focusing your consciousness upon this, so why before you come to the altar, you have to pronounce a lot of Vedic mantras, this Buddha Shuddhi, all these types like Naham Viprana Chanara Patina Pivashyona Shudro, Naham Varnichna Grihapati, Yavanasthaya Tirva, Kintu Pradyamna Kila Paramananda Purnamritathe Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalar Dasa Dasanandasaha, and a lot of mantras, just to remember who you are. Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamalar Dasa Dasanandasaha, so Naham Viprana Chanara Patir. You're not Brahmana, not Kshatriya, Narapati Kshatriya. Napi Vaishya, na Shudro. I'm not a Vaishya, not Shudra, not Brahmacharya, not Grihastha, not Vanaprastha, not Sannyasi. No, so I'm just Dasa, and Dasaha. So, I mean, this, we try to meditate, we try to focus our consciousness, who am I? And also we offer a lot of praise to the Lord, about His position, like He's the Supreme. And this is a very important point, just this understanding this, who am I, who is God, what is our relationships? Even at least for now, this is like we try to serve Lord. It's not about. I'm not speaking now about rasa, because it's a little next step. But for now, our rasa is like dasya rasa for all of us. I mean, in this point, just on this level of purification, our consciousness, yes. So every time, yes, we should be we should bring our consciousness back. We should focus our mind on this verse, like Bhakti Samrta Sindhu. This main verse from Bhakti Samrta Sindhu. Who can interpret this? I forgot how to start. Anya Belashita Shunyam Gyana Karmadhyana Vritam. Anya Belashita Shunyam Gyana Karmadhyana Vritam. Anukulyana Krishna Anushilanam. So this, Anukula. Anukulyana Krishna Anushilanam Bhakti Ruttama. What is Bhakti? It means just we're trying to please Lord, just come, bring back our consciousness for this point. It's very important, yes. Is it answering your question? Is it close for your question? Because maybe I understand it's in this way, just a little more wide. Yeah. So yes, to bring our consciousness back, and actually Bhagavatam helps. Srila Prabhupada's books helps us, to do so. If we read books every day, really, if you just read Srila Prabhupada's books every day, like at least maybe 1 hour, maybe 40 minutes a day, your japa will be completely different. Completely different, You just two type of japa. If you read books and you don't read books, it's completely different japa, actually, because Shravanam Kirtanam is supposed to be together, like Shri Radha Krishna, they're always supposed to be together. And Shravanam Kirtanam also, like, they're supposed to be together. And Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan also supposed to be together. So if you try to glorify it, Lord, we need to understand who we're trying to glorify. And how to do so, the best way to do so is just to read Bhagavatam, to read Bhagavad Gita, to read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes. So I think this is most practical advice, just to read Prabhupada's books. Okay. I think a little over time. If there are any comments or questions, we can just continue our discussion after this Bhagavatam class, maybe during Prasadam. Thank you so much. Yes? Which one? Naham Viprunachanara Patir? You mean this verse? Naham Viprunachanara Pati Napivash Yona Shudro? This verse? No? Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. I will find it, because it's... No, it's not from the Bhagavatam, it's from our acharyas, I believe. Just a moment. Because I didn't remember the exact, this... This verse is also quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, obviously. Madhya Lila 1733. But originally this verse is from... Just a moment, I need to find this. Yes. Yeah, this is from Padma Purana. Padma Purana. We also can try to find which exactly verse from Padma Purana it is, yes, but this is from Padma Purana. Yes, and we can find it at Chaitanya Charitamrita also. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada Pachita Pavana ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.